Happy Friday, everybody. I want to say first, congratulations to all those kindergartner, 5th grade, 8th grade, senior, college graduates that are graduating today, yesterday, tomorrow, all weekend long. And if they're graduating, that means it's the end of school. If it's the end of school, you mean it's the beginning of summer. And if it's the beginning of summer, well, that means it's the beginning of house shopping season, house selling season, house buying season. You know, it gets crazy for the next 2 or 3 months. And if you are in the boat of having to buy or sell or both your house, chances are it's getting high pressure time for you right now, to say the least. I want to talk to you about one thing in particular, and that is if you are planning on buying a new construction home. I know a lot of times people don't think that they either need or want their own buyer's agent representing them when they go in to buy new construction. They think that the agent on site in the model home is going to be able to represent them as well as the builder that's putting them there, and that's not the case. That agent works for that builder. They do not work as an agent with your interests at heart. In fact, they, in most cases, have to disclose that they are in no way there to help you whatsoever, that you are not a client, you are strictly a customer. And you just can't feel protected or represented in the way that you need to be when we're talking about probably the biggest purchase that you're going to make in your entire life. You need your own person. And the best thing about that is that you're going to get all the services of having your own agent, and it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It never really costs you anything to have a buyer's agent, but especially not with new construction. The builder has already priced it into the cost of that home to cover that commission for that agent. And I don't think I've ever seen maybe one case in the almost 20 years I've been doing this where if there's not a buyer's agent involved, that it changes the price of the house one way or the other. Like I said, those costs are already 99.9% of the time cooked in. And if you don't have your own agent, well then the agent that builder has put in that neighborhood, they're just going to get all the commission that builder offered. They're not going to split it with anybody. I would say make them split it and you have your own representation at the table. 2 or 3 big reasons for this, other than the fact that it's free. One, it's like going and buying a new car except on steroids. And if you've ever done it before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You've gone to a few neighborhoods, you've looked at a few houses, you find the house that you absolutely love. And then when you get back to the model home and you're sitting at the desk and you're talking to the agent, it's exciting and scary and stressful and cool. And you have all those emotions. And there has to be somebody there with you and for you to sort of just help keep you in check. How many times in your life have you made excited purchases or stress purchases? A combination of those. You want somebody there that is looking after your best interests, looking after your wants and needs. You'd be surprised at the amount of people who I talked to that bought a home because they had a whole list of things that they wanted. After they bought the house, they realized that the list just went out the window because they got excited and just jumped into something. And they're like, oh crap, no, we did want a master on the main, or oh crap, we did want, this feature in the backyard. It could be hundreds of things. Having your own person there that you've met with, that you've talked to, that has listened to you, really taken in what you tried to get across to them as to what you need in a house, they're going to help you remember that, and kind of keep your feet on the ground. And the second part of that, besides your wants and your needs, is just the money involved. You would be amazed at the amount of stuff builders are able to pass on to people as upgrades when a lot of times they're not really an upgrade, and sometimes at least they shouldn't be an upgrade. And a lot of times a home right down the street, comparable size, comparable style, again, same area, those things are offered at no cost or a no upgrade. And then the neighborhood just around the corner is trying to get an upgrade for it. You may not know that, or you may forget that at the time. I promise you, if you have an agent who is really paying attention, who really knows the area, who really knows the inventory out there, and who has really paid attention to you, they're not going to let that happen. I know I certainly wouldn't. The third big thing that we really need to remember is this being the biggest purchase of your entire life. You just don't want to go into a situation that has 50 pages of verbiage and explanations and legalese without someone who knows how to read it and explain it to you. This isn't a car purchase, going back to that earlier example, where you're sitting in the finance manager's office and they try to sell you on the extra $80 a month full protection program. That would be bad enough, right? Especially if they just pushed it on you and didn't explain it. Well, buying a $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 piece of property, what would the equivalent of that be? It could be huge. You just don't need to get into a situation where you are not 100% comfortable and confident. Having your own agent with you who knows the contracts in and out, who knows all the legalese in and out, who isn't going to let you sign something that you should not sign. That's worth everything in the world in that case and in that scenario with this much money, this much time commitment, 30-year mortgage. That's a long time. So just think about that, especially because the service, again, is free. Doesn't cost you anything. It's already baked into the price. All you have to do is find the person that you want to represent you and work with you and get them started in the process. And it's just going to make it more fun for you because you will have people, or the person you choose, taking what you want and sending you properties, filtering everything that you've told them through their funnel to make sure that you're seeing the absolute best of what's going to be best for you. That's a win-win for everybody. Now, I would say there's one bonus part to all of this. The agent that you choose should be an agent that adds value above anybody else. And I would like to say that's going to be me. I hope you use me. On top of 18 years of doing this, I guess almost 19 years now. All of the experience and all of the knowledge that I have that I can bring to the table to help you out. Just remember, I am a home builder myself. And who better to represent you as your agent when buying a home than someone who has sat on the other side of the table as the person who built the home in the first place. So more so than I think anybody else who does what I do, I know what to look for. I know what the pitfalls and the traps are. And I feel like my value just goes a little bit above and beyond what a lot of other people can offer. I hope you feel the same way. And you know what? You can talk to me for free about it for absolutely no obligation whatsoever. And I hope you do. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about all that. I want you to have a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. Enjoy all those graduation parties. Enjoy summer starting. It's going to be hot. And hopefully it's just a little bit longer than what it seems to be the last few years anyway. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you around. Thanks.